Seniors warning, your legs weaken first. Eat these 5 foods to strengthen them. One misstep, one bad landing, 1 second, and everything changes. For older adults, weakness doesn't start in your hands or your back or even your core. It starts in your legs. And when it creeps in slowly, as it often does, you might not notice until stairs become harder, balance gets shakier, or that almost fall becomes a real one. After the age of 60, we lose up to 1% of muscle mass every year. By age 70, nearly half of your quadriceps strength may be gone. And no, it's not just aging. Research shows 3 hidden culprits: weakened nerve-to-muscle signals, chronic low-grade inflammation, and nutritional gaps that quietly rob your strength. That leads to trouble getting up, standing tall, or walking confidently, and sometimes to falls that change everything. But here's the hope. Many of these changes are preventable. With smart food choices and gentle movement, your legs can feel stronger again, and so can your confidence. In this video, we'll uncover 5 everyday foods that support muscle growth, sharpen leg power, and help restore that vital brain-to-muscle connection. Food number 1, it contains a rare amino acid that flips your body's muscle growth switch, and 80% of older adults don't get enough of it. What would stronger legs mean for your freedom? Tell me in the comments, and then don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss a tip that could change how you walk, move, or stand tall. Every tip in this video is grounded in real science, peer-reviewed studies done on people your age. You'll find all the sources in the description. Let's begin. And trust me, you'll never look at your breakfast the same way again. Let's begin with something smooth, creamy, and surprisingly powerful: yogurt. But not just any yogurt. I'm talking about full-fat, plain yogurt, the kind that does more than fill you up. It helps fuel your legs from the inside out by improving digestion and nutrient absorption. After age 60, a lot of people notice things they didn't expect: cramps that show up during the night, a feeling of heaviness in the thighs, that unsteady moment when you stand up too quickly. And many don't realize this, but a big part of that weakness begins in the gut, not in the legs. That's because as we age, our ability to absorb vital nutrients, like calcium, vitamin D, and B12, gradually weakens, especially if our gut health is off balance. That's where full-fat yogurt steps in. It's packed with live probiotics, the kind that support a healthier gut. But here's the catch: not all yogurts have them. Some brands heat-treat their yogurt after fermentation, and that kills the beneficial bacteria. So make sure it says live in active cultures right on the label. A healthier gut means better nutrient absorption, and that means your muscles and nerves actually get what they need to function. It also offers high-quality protein to help maintain muscle mass, and important minerals for bone strength and contraction. When combined, these elements make yogurt a true muscle ally. Try eating half to 1 cup a day, ideally at breakfast or as a midday snack. Choose Greek or European-style plain yogurt, full-fat, unsweetened. And here's a bonus: the more tart it tastes, the more probiotics it likely has, and the less sugar too. Avoid fruit-flavored or low-fat versions. They often contain added sugars that increase inflammation, the very thing we're trying to reduce. One of my clients started this simple switch, and within 3 weeks, she said she felt lighter on her feet and more steady climbing stairs. Now let's move on, because the next food on our list has helped thousands of people ease joint discomfort in just days. Now, if yogurt fuels your muscles from the inside, bone broth works like oil for the hinges, especially the ones in your knees, hips, and ankles. It's one of the oldest remedies in the book, and still one of the most overlooked. After age 60, joint pain isn't just common, it becomes a daily obstacle. You stand up and your knees creak. You walk a block and your hips ache. And here's the problem: that discomfort makes you move less. And when you move less, your leg strength fades even faster. That's where real bone broth comes in. It's packed with collagen and gelatin, 2 proteins that support your joints, ligaments, and tendons like scaffolding supports a building. Think of it as inner padding for the parts that keep you upright. Even more, it delivers glycine and glutamine, amino acids that help calm the nervous system and heal the gut lining. And here's something even more compelling. Glycine also supports your body's natural creatine production, a key compound for muscle strength as we age. That's something many people don't realize. If your gut is inflamed, your legs will feel it too. In fact, a study published in Nutrients in 2021 found that collagen supplementation improved joint pain and flexibility in older adults, even after just 8 weeks. To make a truly nourishing broth at home, use bones from grass-fed beef, pasture-raised chicken, or even a mix. Marrow bones, knuckle bones, and chicken feet are especially rich in collagen. Add 1 to 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar before cooking. It helps draw minerals out of the bones. Simmer low and slow for 12 to 24 hours for maximum benefit. Sip 1 warm cup a day. Morning is best, or right after a walk. Add turmeric and black pepper to supercharge its anti-inflammatory benefits. Just be sure you're using slow-cooked, real bone broth, not instant powders. The amount of collagen can vary widely depending on the type of bones, cooking time, and preparation. That's why longer, low-temperature simmering gives the richest results. One of my patients called it liquid comfort. Within 2 weeks, she told me she could kneel again in her garden, something she hadn't done in years. So if your legs are feeling stiff, give them a little love from the inside. A cup a day might just be your new daily stretch, in liquid form. Let's move on because what's coming next might surprise you. It's got creatine. And no, it's not just for bodybuilders. Now let's talk about something many people over 60 have been told to avoid: red meat. But before you push your plate away, let's take a closer look at the real story behind grass-fed beef. See, after 60, one of the most common complaints I hear is low energy in the legs. That feeling of heaviness when walking or getting winded just from climbing a short flight of stairs. Much of that ties back to a quiet culprit. Your muscles aren't producing energy as efficiently as they used to. That's where creatine comes in. And yes, there's a good amount of it in a piece of steak. Creatine helps your muscles regenerate ATP, the molecule that powers every single movement you make. It's like refueling your muscles' energy tanks. And while your body does produce creatine naturally, production slows with age, especially if you're not getting enough from food. Grass-fed beef is also rich in iron, B12, and zinc, all critical for oxygen delivery, nerve signaling, and muscle repair. Compared to grain-fed beef, grass-fed cuts offer up to 5 times more omega-3s and conjugated linoleic acid, a powerful antioxidant linked to reduced inflammation. Stick with lean cuts like sirloin or ground beef, about 3 to 4 ounces, 2 to 3 times per week. Pair it with a side of leafy greens or roasted veggies to boost fiber and balance the meal. One client of mine, Carl from Missouri, hadn't eaten red meat in years. We reintroduced grass-fed beef slowly, and within weeks he told me he didn't feel winded after climbing stairs anymore. Of course, if you have heart concerns, talk with your doctor first, but don't write off beef altogether. When it's grass-fed, lean, and part of a balanced diet, it's not the enemy. It might just be the comeback meal your legs were waiting for. Now on to the next powerhouse. It swims, it shines, and it fights inflammation like a champ. Now let's dive into something from the sea. Cold water fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel. They don't just feed your body, they help bring inflammation back into balance, which is one of the most powerful ways to protect your legs as you age. Here's why that matters. After 60, low-grade chronic inflammation becomes more common. It doesn't always scream, but it quietly wears away at your muscles, joints, nerves, and even your brain's ability to communicate with your body. And guess what helps calm that fire? Omega-3s, specifically EPA and DHA, 2 forms of omega-3s that cold water fish are rich in. These healthy fats support muscle protein synthesis, which means your muscles respond better to both food and movement. That's key for rebuilding lost strength. They also improve blood flow and reduce stiffness, helping you move more freely and confidently. You also get a dose of vitamin D, selenium, and powerful antioxidants, nutrients many older adults are low in, especially during the winter months. Aim for 2 servings per week. One serving is about 3.5 ounces. roughly the size of a deck of cards, a piece of wild-caught salmon with roasted vegetables, a tin of sardines on whole grain toast, or some mackerel added to a salad with olive oil and lemon. If wild-caught isn't an option, farm salmon is still a solid choice. Just be sure to choose brands committed to clean, sustainable practices, ideally those tested for lower omega-6 levels. And if you have a seafood allergy or take blood thinners, talk to your doctor before increasing omega-3 intake, just to be safe. And steer clear of larger fish like king mackerel and big-eye tuna. They tend to carry more mercury, which can affect the nervous system over time. One client told me that after just 3 weeks of eating fish twice a week, her legs didn't feel as stiff in the morning, and her mind felt clearer too. It's brain food, joint food, and muscle fuel all in one bite. Picture it now, a warm, golden slice of salmon, drizzled with olive oil and lemon. Not just delicious, but a gift to your legs, heart, and brain. And up next, a food that's small, mighty, and contains a rare amino acid that flips your muscle-building switch on. And here we are, at the very top of the list. It's simple, it's humble, and yet it's one of the most complete muscle-building foods on earth, the whole egg. Now let's clear something up. For decades, many people over 60 were told to avoid eggs, especially the yolks, because of cholesterol fears. But more recent studies have shown that for most people, moderate egg consumption doesn't significantly raise heart disease risk. And the yolk? That's where the magic is. Eggs contain leucine, a powerful amino acid that acts like a switch, flipping on the mTOR pathway, which directly triggers muscle growth. Think of it as nature's start button for maintaining muscle strength. But that's not all. The yolk also contains choline, which your body uses to make acetylcholine, a key neurotransmitter that helps your brain talk to your muscles. Without enough choline, that connection weakens, leading to slower reflexes and coordination issues. You'll also get B12, omega-3s, and complete protein, all in one tidy package. And if you choose pasture-raised eggs, you may get 3 to 7 times more nutrients like vitamin D, lutein, and beta-carotene, depending on the hen's diet. I usually recommend eating 1 to 2 whole eggs a day in whatever way works for you. Scrambled, poached, hard-boiled, or in a veggie omelet. Just don't throw out the yolk. That's where most of the nutrition lives. One of my clients started eating eggs again after years of avoiding them. Within 3 weeks, she told me, I feel more alert, not just in my head, but in my body. My balance is better. I even caught myself skipping a step without holding the railing. Of course, if you're managing high cholesterol or already eating other sources of saturated fat, check with your doctor. But for most older adults, eggs are a safe, affordable, and nutrient-dense way to stay strong. So tomorrow morning, when you're cracking that egg, remember, you're not just making breakfast, you're building better legs, stronger nerves, and clearer focus, one yolk at a time. And there you have it. 5 simple, science-backed foods that don't just fill your plate, they fuel your legs, strengthen your muscles, and help you move through life with steadiness and confidence. Let's recap what we learned today. Whole eggs to kickstart muscle growth and sharpen your nerves. Cold water fish to calm inflammation and boost circulation. Grass-fed beef for pure natural power, packed with iron, B12, and creatine to support strength from the inside out. Bone broth to soothe your joints and repair from within. And full-fat yogurt to nourish your gut and unlock nutrient absorption. Every one of these foods supports your legs in a different way, and together they form a foundation for strength, balance, and freedom. But here's the exciting part. This is just the beginning. Tomorrow, in part 2 of this series, we'll uncover 5 more everyday foods, this time from the plant kingdom, that support nerve health, reduce cramping, and bring back that feeling of lightness in every step. And trust me, you'll want to hear about the #1 food in that video. It's rich, it's creamy, and it might already be in your kitchen. So hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss a moment of this journey to stronger, steadier legs. Drop a comment below. Which food are you excited to add to your plate this week? Thank you for caring about science. and thank you for taking care of yourself. I'm Dr. Benjamin Carter, and I'll see you in the next video. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. It does not replace medical advice. Please consult your healthcare provider before making changes to your diet, exercise, or supplement routine, especially if you have underlying health conditions.